The ground beneath Africa is moving. Not slowly, not softly, but with a force powerful enough to reshape an entire continent and create a brand new ocean. Scientists call it the East African Rift, a tear in the Earth's crust that stretches thousands of kilometers. But its story begins deep beneath our feet. Because the Earth is not solid. Beneath the crust lies a restless sea of molten rock, shifting, rising, pushing, breaking, and sometimes it tears continents apart. Africa is becoming the next victim of this ancient power. In 2005, in the deserts of Ethiopia, the ground suddenly ripped open. A crack nearly 60 kilometers long appeared in just a few days. It stunned scientists because this is the kind of event that normally takes thousands of years. But the Earth had other plans. Then, in 2018, near Kenya's Mai Mahiu Highway, the land collapsed again, revealing a deep fissure where the continent is being pulled apart. Roads broke. Homes tore in half. The ground itself reminded everyone that it is alive and still changing. These aren't isolated events. They are symptoms of something far bigger, something unstoppable. Because Africa is splitting. Millions of years ago, South America and Africa were connected. One vast landmass called Gondwana. Then the Earth pulled them apart, forming the Atlantic Ocean. What we are witnessing now is the birth of the next ocean. Under Eastern Africa, two massive tectonic plates are moving away from each other. As they separate, the crust cracks, thins, and sinks. Volcanoes rise along the edges. Magma pushes upward like a slow, glowing knife. And in the far future, 5 to 10 million years from now, seawater from the Red Sea and Indian Ocean will rush in, flooding the rift, splitting Africa into two continents. The new landmass, the Somali Plate, will drift away, taking parts of Ethiopia, Kenya, Tanzania, and Mozambique with it. A brand new ocean will fill the gap. The world map we know today will be gone. But the rift is already affecting life on the surface. In Ethiopia's Afar region, the landscape looks like another planet. Giant cracks, steaming vents, and volcanoes spitting sulfur. This is one of the few places on Earth where you can stand on a rift while it's splitting in real time. Temperatures reach 50 degrees Celsius, rain rarely falls, and strange mineral pools glow neon green and yellow, beautiful but deadly. This hostile environment exists because the crust is so thin that heat from deep inside the Earth leaks upward. The Danakil Depression sits more than 100 meters below sea level, a place shaped by fire, and soon shaped by water. But volcanoes aren't the only clues. Geologists have discovered that the rift is widening at about the speed your fingernails grow, a few millimeters a year. It sounds slow, but on a geologic timescale, it's violent. Massive earthquakes strike the Rift Valley. Tremors shake towns from Ethiopia to Tanzania. Some lakes are shifting, splitting, or draining into newly formed cracks. Lake Tanganyika, one of the deepest lakes on Earth, sits inside the Rift Valley. Eventually, it may become part of the new ocean basin. But the story isn't only destruction. The rift also creates life. The volcanic soil is rich. Rainwater collects in valleys, forming lakes and rivers. This region became the birthplace of humanity itself. Some of the oldest human fossils, including Lucy, the famous hominin, were found right here. The rift shaped the evolution of early humans, and now it is shaping the future of an entire continent. Scientists believe the separation of Africa will create two new nations of landscapes. One region, the West, will rise, form high plateaus and stabilize. The other, the East, will sink and flood, becoming a vast ocean filled with new islands and coastlines. Countries like Ethiopia, Kenya, and Tanzania may develop large new ports. Trade routes will change, climate patterns will shift. Millions of lives will be reshaped by the geography beneath them. All because of a process that began long before humans existed and will continue long after we are gone. This transformation of Africa is not a disaster, it is evolution. This is how oceans are born, how continents die, how Earth renews itself. But the question remains, what will Africa look like in the future? Picture this, a deep blue ocean stretching across what is now the Rift Valley. New coastlines shimmering under the sun. Fishermen sailing where savannas once stood. Volcanoes forming chains of islands, like Hawaii but bigger. A landscape transformed by time, heat, and pressure, yet still full of life. This is the future we are heading toward. Earth is always moving, always reshaping itself, always breaking and creating. Continents split, mountains rise, oceans are born, land disappears, and humanity is just watching. Africa is not splitting because something is wrong. Africa is splitting because that is what our planet does. This is the same process that tore apart supercontinents, the same process that created the Atlantic Ocean, the same process that will sculpt the continents of tomorrow. We are living through a moment of Earth's evolution, a slow, powerful reminder that beneath our feet there is a world of fire and motion, a world that doesn't stop for anyone. The ground may seem solid, unmoving, safe, but in reality, Earth is alive. And right now, it is reshaping Africa. If you want more documentaries on Earth's hidden forces, the stories beneath the ground, and the mysteries that shape our planet, like and subscribe. There are deeper secrets waiting to be uncovered.